So my name is Rocky Yoneyama. My first name is Tsuyoshi. My actual middle name is Rocky too. I was born and raised in Guam. Right now I do operate a Japanese bakery in Anaheim, downtown Anaheim, called Okayama Kobo Bakery and Cafe. And also next door we also operate a Bizen beer bar. It's a beer bar, mainly serving Japanese beers and local brewery beers. So yeah, we actually do have a regular, just a bakery, just a store itself. We have two bakeries in Okayama. Other than that, our base business is going to be it's a bakery consulting. So we train people. We have an actual recipe and manual that we train people that are not really experienced in baking. And pretty much we focus on like mom and pop store. If a family wants to open a bakery, we help them out. We train them for 5 days with our recipe and manual. And then if they want to open a store, we help them find the actual location. And when they open the store, they use our equipment, they use our recipe, and we just help them build it. And then yeah, we just help them build it everywhere. Over domestically, we have about, I think in Japan we have about like 200 stores now. But it's not a franchise, so it's not named Okayama Kobo. It's named whatever they want to do. So they use our flour that we created with one of the flour companies in Japan. So based on that flour, the recipe is based on that flour, so they can make it easily. They can make about maybe 200, 300 items within that recipe. So that's a big difference with the regular bakery or regular franchise.
People who bake it at the Okayama Kobo in Anaheim, did they go through the program?
Yes, we did the training in Anaheim. So they're all hired locally. We don't have anyone from Japan. And now they can make their own, they're coming up with new items themselves.
Did you train them?
I didn't train them. Yeah, trainers from Japan. Yeah. I can make bread using the recipe. I'm not a baker, so but I can still make the actual bread looking at the recipe. Yes, it's pretty much the same recipe, but we kind of adjust it to the U.S. standards too, because we're using ingredients in the U.S. Except for the flour. So yeah, pretty much it's based. The recipe is based from in Japan. We actually did start trying to adjust. Like the first couple months, we started creating new items. Thought we can adjust it to the American tongue, but eventually we went back to the original Japanese recipe, and they actually liked it more. So we were surprised by that, And the actual ranking of the item itself is pretty much the same in Japan. So that was kind of surprising too. So the Okayama Kobo bakery bread, we use flour from Japan, Hokkaido flour. So what's the big difference is the actual texture-wise. Breads in the U.S. are mainly European style. So it's like Danish dough, sourdough, a little bit drier compared to the Japanese bread. So the big difference is the texture and the sweetness too. Like the croissant chocolate will be less sweeter than the one served in the U.S. mainly. So I guess yeah, texture, the taste-wise, and the fillings of the actual bread too. In Japan, they are really good at making like a European bread to make it their own brand. For instance, the easiest thing is red bean anpan is made in Japan pretty much. So we're going to bring that culture in to spread it out. Yeah, I guess that's a big difference in texture and taste.
What are like the top 3 breads?
Top 3 breads are salt and butter roll, and right now salt and butter roll, curry pan, and then I guess it's custard cream, or it's more Danish. So that's kind of getting top 3, top 4 right now.
When you chose the location Anaheim, I feel like there's like LA or like other places where there's like a big Japanese community, but what was your choice?
So this, I guess, is a good timing. My other partner found this location, and of course Anaheim, there's no Asian. I'm not no Asian, but the Asian percentile is really low. But we mainly chose this location because of it's a standard, the pop demographic wise, it's pretty much a standard demographic in the United States. It's about 70% Caucasian, and about 25 to, I guess, yeah, 25% is Latinos, and less than that would be Asians in the Anaheim demographic, that area. So we wanted to challenge ourselves that if we put ourselves in like a standardized demographic area in the US, how would it work? Because we know if we open like Torrance, if we open a Japanese community, we know we're going to get a lot of customers because they know about Japanese breads. But instead of that, we want to challenge ourselves and see where it goes from there. But yeah, I guess we made a good choice, but it's really hard. Yeah, we're trying hard right now. Yeah.
So what about the Bizen side?
Yeah, kind of. That just came with it. We had to buy the actual bar to itself. So, but the thing is, we didn't really have experience in the bar. I didn't have experience in selling, beer. So, but we had to take over that location and to take over the 2 locations. So why not just take it over? And it came with the business or the ABC license, alcohol license too. So we changed our theme to Japanese. Bizen is actually a pottery made in Okayama. We named it Bizen, and we thought of bringing Japanese beers. Why not just make it a Japanese beer bar? So we just switched it over and just challenging ourselves to do it. But now, yeah, we're trying to do different Japanese events. I think it's a good area to have people experience Japanese culture there. They can have the bread, they can have the Japanese beer. And we do have events going on every 2 weeks in there. Yeah. So right now we do a live performance. This weekend we actually are doing Okinawa night. Because we serve a lot of Japanese Orion beer, Okinawan beer. So we have live performers from actually Okinawa this week. Will be performing. We just did a wasabi workshop with Kinjirushi. It's a wasabi company. They're over 9 years old. So we want to educate the people the difference between real wasabi and the tube powder wasabi. So yeah, we have a lot of people at that, and we did sushi omakase. Yeah, it was sort of mainly we focus on Japanese events. We did J-pop night too. A singer came in to do like 80s retro music, Japanese music. Yeah.
Did you bring it?
Yes, we brought it over from the actual not factory, but in Okayama from Bizen. We eventually wanted to utilize that Bizen cup to serve the customer the beer, but unfortunately the health department didn't approve it, so it's just still there as a display for now. So when we opened our bakery in Anaheim, we opened last July, 2018 July, and then we want to bring more people in. We want to help discover that area to other people. So we're thinking about doing other events, but just popped up that why not do a Japanese event in Anaheim? Because they never had a Japanese event in Anaheim itself. So I pitched it to the city, I pitched it to all the tenants, and they liked it. So we just came up with Anaheim Japan Fair, and that was in this May of 2019, and that went well. And and I was like, okay, maybe this is a good opportunity, because I have we made a lot of connections with the vendors too, with the city. So I thought, maybe it's another way to spread, let people experience the culture of Japan by food, entertainment. That went well, so thought of doing Long Beach too. Actually, Long Beach Pike, they called us to do an event there for a Japanese event. So that's what this started, our second event.
Are you going to try that in the future, or?
No, it's hard with the bread because we make it in the morning and we want to have the customer eat it fresh. Usually, we do pop-ups now, but we usually want to have it fresh. And during events, it's out for like 8-9 hours. So we didn't really want to do that, quality purposes wise. So as for outdoor events, we're not gonna go out. We're not gonna go out as much. Yeah. Well, I guess next step is, of course, growing the bakery itself. We're trying to. We have an investor now, so we're trying to open a second location, hopefully in Irvine or Tustin area. We're looking into space right now, so that's one of the goals too, to expand a couple more locations with the Okayama Kobo, And event-wise, yes, yeah, next year we're already planning Anaheim Japan Fair. Next year, hopefully we have like 3 or 4 events, big events, Japanese events next year, and then yeah, go from there. And we actually have another company that I created. My other partners, we just bought off a cafe. So what we're gonna do is it's a Japanese deli / cafe. It's actually here in Sky Park. It's gonna start January. Yeah, I guess trying to utilize my Japanese culture and spread it out using food, using entertainment, using events. Yeah, and I guess use my strength of speaking both languages. Yeah, I guess mainly bring people together. Doesn't matter which race, ethnicity, which background. Just come have fun. And plus, you'll be able to experience the culture of Japan. A lot of people are interested in Japan, but they can't actually go to Japan, and it's hyped up now because of the Olympics too. So I want to have a place where people can come and just experience it without going there. I was awarded by the city because I guess it was the first biggest event in downtown Anaheim. So I can utilize that a little bit more and bring more people in. And we're expanding the area too a little bit more. We'll have at least 70 to 80 vendors hopefully.
So more vendors, more people
Yeah.
than last time.
More people, more vendors, but better crowd control.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
ありがとうございました。